Welcome to ASP Stuff Radio, the internet radio show where we talk about fish farts, wet noodles, orange-faced fascists, and the best time to drop a deuce. Today is Saturday, February 27th. I'm your unholy host, Aristotle. Joining me today is Socrates.
I prefer Socrates.
Socrates. How are your Socrates?
And I got my balls clipped.
Your balls are clipped.
Whoa, how's it going? Actually, they just got unclipped.
They got unclipped.
There we go.
Paul could not join us today. I think he did some more investigative journalism. He went out into...
He's still on assignment. He went on another assignment.
Another assignment. What assignment was that again?
He's researching the Zika virus.
The Zika virus. He's going back out into
Brazil.
Out back.
Helping the CDC, Center for Disease Control.
Yeah, he's going to do some statistical research.
Yep. They got to find a link between microencephaly and
buttocks
and Zika. And dengue.
I did have maybe I forgot it was a couple of weeks ago, the article about the Zika virus. Some medical researcher in Brazil made the claim that there's no direct connection or link between the mosquito Zika virus and microcephaly. And it's
that's a bold claim.
And it's actually due to a chemical or an insecticide.
So it's an insecticide that they put on
spraying
on fruit,
spraying certain parts of Brazil with insecticides, and I think there was a tie or a link with Monsanto. So Monsanto's involved.
Oh, controversial. Conspiracy-like.
Yeah. Yep, that's what the show's all about.
So, that could be a good point. Maybe it is from insecticide. And then the mosquito eats that fruit that they spray it or whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe plant.
Maybe I'm assuming that the Zika virus is real. Okay, there's mosquitoes that infect humans, and it causes a moderately endurable sickness.
And they're here in the U.S. out to get you.
Yeah.
Be afraid. Be scared. I'm the Lord's servant.
All it takes is a little puddle in your backyard. And the mosquito that carries the Zika virus will survive and thrive and come and try to attack you.
That's a dark degrace.
The degrasse.
Degrasse. Is it degrace or degrasse? I always confuse it.
If you want to be cool, you say degrasse.
Degrasse. Degrasse. Okay.
He's
what?
Getting very popular these days.
Yeah.
He made a cameo on The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, very popular.
Oh, he did?
Sitcom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yep.
The Big Bang Theory. The Geek Theory.
The Geek Theory. With all those geeks.
Yeah. Did he talk like a clipped ball NPR geek?
No, he talks like the regular. So now we have to go out in the universe and try to discover new planets and voyages. He always sounds like that.
Did he drop the mic?
No, not this time.
No rapping or talk rapping?
Nope.
Well, I got some great news. Another breakthrough in our listener department. So
what happened?
We have a new non-Indonesia listener. We have one from Brazil. Not surprisingly, considering the statistics, it seems a lot of people from Brazil are clicking onto our website and possibly listening to our internet radio show.
Did they take the poll? Didn't you set up some polls?
Yeah, but only 3 people answered it, and I think me, Paul, and Myra and Nancy, or 4 people. Oh no, I didn't vote. Did I vote? I can't remember, but 3 to 4 people.
Yeah, you sound like Hunter Pence there talking about cold brews.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time for ASP Stuff Radio to answer your question.
I have a question from Gustavo Castro. Okay.
How you doing, Gustavo?
Hello, Gustavo. It's from Brazil. Didn't really mention any specific part of the region.
Okay.
Hello, ASP. I discovered your radio show, and I have to say, wow, what a blessing. Finally, a podcast that's unique and informative. You guys are brilliant. Keep up the great work. I've caught up with all of your episodes, and after listening, I have developed a question. What is the best time to do your business? And by business, I mean go. And by go, I mean go to the bathroom. And by go to the bathroom, I don't mean go wash your hands. What I mean, I guess, is what is the best time to make a poop? Okay.
It just ends there.
It ends right there. That's an interesting question.
You gotta put things into context. Are we talking in the morning after he ate a large burrito?
What's the best time to go poop in the day? I'm assuming.
In the day. Okay.
So what's the ideal time to release or deposit funds into your toilet account?
I would say in the morning, as soon as you wake up.
As soon as you wake up, why?
Make that bowel move.
Make that bowel move. Now, why would you pick the morning hours? Like right when you wake up, you just run to the bathroom and just.
I don't know if you need to run, rush.
Yeah.
Just stroll on over.
Okay.
Please clap.
Stroll on over. Situate your butt cheeks onto the lid.
Cold, stony porcelain bowl.
Medieval bowl. The dungeon room. And then, okay. And is there, so what's your, why do you think that's a good time?
Well, because usually when you wake up, you got to be somewhere, either class or work or whatever you do for your fun or your living.
Mm-hmm.
And those excrements are weighing down on your body. And in order to get ready to be prepared for whatever you got to do that day, it's best to lose that excess weight. Okay. So it's easier to move. And
so you want to lighten up a little bit.
Just lighten up.
Literally lighten up.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people misuse that phrase literally and metaphorically, but anyway.
Yeah.
Literally, I ate a house. No, you did not.
But
you did not eat a fucking house literally.
Well, did somebody tell you that?
People do that all the time. They literally do that all the time, as if that's what they're doing each and every second of the day.
So in the morning, you literally want to let your bowels move.
Okay, so you want to actually touch your bowels and move them with your hands. Literally.
Not your hands.
Literally.
You could just think it and it happens.
Okay.
We're like Jedi. We can do that with our bowels.
Okay, just move your bowels with your mind tricks, your Jedi mind tricks.
Yes, use your Jedi mind tricks.
Okay. Stimulate those bowels. All right, well, that makes sense. So you want to lighten up during the day, so drop a load or two. Okay.
Yeah. So
now, here's
there you go, Gustavo.
All right.
Hope you appreciate that.
Now, I got a response from Paul. I talked to him in advance. I was curious what he thought the best time to release your dark rocks.
Dark energy, your dark matter.
Dark kryptonite. It's dark matter. Okay.
DeGrasse appreciates.
I like my dark matter. Okay, so
I'm gonna keep my dark matter.
Here's Paul. Should I do clipped Paul or unclipped?
Let's do clipped.
Okay.
To me, the best time to poop is in the morning hours between 8 and 10 a.m.
So notice he's very specific about the time frame.
Very good, even better.
He narrowed it down from 8 and 10, so if it's a little past 10, not too great of a time to go poop.
It's sort of a cleansing time. It cleans you out from the nights before and gets you ready to be energized for the day.
Thank you, Paul. Or Plato.
Plato, yes.
Well, that's it's kind of similar to what you're
saying.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to your response. So you want to clean deep down inside the crevice of your bowels or your intestinal walls. That way you're energized and you're fully pumped, like Hunter Pence, ready to go out for spring training.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed when Saul and Harry come out of the litter box after they drop a cat deuce, they're full of energy. They start running around all over the... Yeah, they're much more livelier. Now, me, on the other hand, I would prefer releasing my funds, my dark matter, prior to sleeping. Because I noticed before, not the morning hours, although that would be nice. Multiple bowel movements would be great, but at before you go to bed, I like to digest my food. I want to be able to get full 7 hours of sleep. Usually, if I don't shit before I sleep, I can't sleep. I lose hours of sleep. My body's busy trying to release the crap inside of me. And
it's usually the food is flowing through you.
Yeah.
And from your stomach, through your intestines, and your colon. So a lot of work going on internally.
Yeah, a lot of work going on. It's just, dragging me down. My body can't just focus on falling asleep.
But you could have an early dinner, and then usually it'll just kind of
I got to work
travel. It'll already have traveled down to your storage basement area.
Right. Okay. I like the metaphors here. So, all right. So that's a good idea. Maybe I should eat early, and then I'll poop early and get
eat very early. But I don't know. I guess that could be kind of bothersome to have it stored during the night.
Yeah. Just imagine
spend
these
8 hours
thick, heavy bricks of dark matter just sitting inside of your...
Waiting. Patiently.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door.
Alrighty. So that concludes our little segment of...
excrement segment.
Excrement segment of Ask ASP Stuff Anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time for ASP Stuff Radio to answer your question.
I like that little crinkle. Okay. Politics.
Like the 1940s or something.
I was trying to create that effect. Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, Jeb, our best friend Jeb, is out. He's gone.
Our good, best noodle buddy.
Poor Jeb. He just couldn't make it. He couldn't fight back.
Why did he exit so early?
Because he figured he had enough supporters' money, and he wanted to leave. After that, he
just takes their money.
He takes their money and run away.
Scrams.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to win.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, can't you say the same thing about Marco Robot?
I guess you could say that with all of them.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Did you know Jeb Bush used his mommy to advertise?
He also used his daddy.
Campaign? Did he really?
Yes.
I found the clip of the ad with his mommy supporting him. That's really depressing. That's the most... I don't know.
Mommy, can you help promote me as a presidential candidate?
Mother, can you please do a commercial of me and make me look good in front of everyone? Because nobody likes me, and if they listen to you, they might like me.
Mommy, I just am going through puberty now, and you need to help me become president.
Okay, son, I will do my best to help you.
Jeb has been a very good father, a wonderful son, a hard worker. His heart is big. When push comes to shove, people are going to realize Jeb has real solutions rather than talking about how popular they are, how great they are. He's doing it because he sees a huge need and it's not being filled by anybody. Of all the people running, he seems to be the one who could solve the problems. I think he'll be a great president.
Please clap.
Wow.
Hey, thank you, Mother. I love you. Can you buy me a toy?
Mommy.
And then a week later, he
dropped.
He dropped. So I don't know if it was a week later, but
when push comes to shove, was he pushing? What is that excrement?
He was when he pushes his bowels out of his bowels. He pushes them really hard.
Yeah, I thought Pops gave him a
So
endorsement too. But
So he
I don't know.
had both mommy
Or maybe
and
it was.
daddy.
I think it was brother. Brother gave him
his brother.
endorsement. That's right. Over in South Carolina, because in South Carolina they really love their war.
All right,
Let's smoke 'em out.
Let's go bomb them all. Bomb
Let's go
them
get
all.
that Saddam Hussein feller.
So here's our Jeb Bush out of race speech.
I'm proud of the campaign that we've run to unify our country and to advocate conservative solutions that would give more Americans the opportunity to rise up and reach their God-given potential. But the people of Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina have spoken, and I really respect their decision. So tonight, I am suspending my campaign. Yeah.
No. I like that little thing he says there. Wait,
My campaigin. Yeah.
Yep. It is true. It is true.
Yep. Is he crying? It sounded like he was crying.
Mother didn't do enough for me.
I congratulate my competitors that are remaining on the island on their
island.
success for a race that has been hard fought, just as the contest for the presidency should be, because it is a tough job. In this campaign, I have stood my ground,
But biting nails isn't going to cut it.
refusing to bend to the political winds. We
Bend
put
those
forward
nails.
detailed, innovative, conservative plans to address the mounting challenges that we face. Because despite what you might have heard, ideas matter, policy matters. And I truly hope that these ideas that we've laid out will serve as a blueprint for a generation of conservative leaders at every level of government so that we can take back our country. We laid out plans on everything from reforming our tax and regulatory system to reviving our economy, to rebuilding our military, and to fixing the VA once and for all. Thank you for the opportunity to run for the greatest office on the face of the earth. I love you all. God bless you.
Thank you for all your money.
Thanks. Now I can go shopping
Yeah.
with all your cold hard cash.
What a loser.
No, but it's a super PAC that are giving him money, right? Super PACs.
the super
that they
PAC.
are. Those are the people behind the scenes with all the funding, and he had the most of it, I think. Yeah.
I think people just were sick and tired of having another Bush. I mean, can you imagine that? Another Bush taking over for the next 4 years?
You know, you might be able to say that, but also the other guys just aren't standing out amongst the trumpeter.
Oh, the trumpeter. Well, this past debate, that changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
Did it really?
Jeb, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
Yeah.
You're a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're a mama's boy.
Yeah.
You're a wet noodle.
Yeah.
You like to pee while you're sitting down.
Yeah.
You got out of,
Wait. Is there something wrong with peeing while you're sitting down?
Yeah.
according to Jeb, yeah.
That is true.
Nobody likes you, Jeb.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't let people walk all over you,
Yeah.
including me.
Yeah.
Anything you like to say to Jeb?
Just stop being a wet noodle.
Yeah.
So he agrees.
He agrees with everything you say.
He's a very agreeable person.
Yeah.
Probably was his problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he didn't know how to put up a fight.
Well,
But-
does Marco Roboto know how to put up a fight? Does
Yes.
Ted Cruz.
I got some clips for the apparently final Republican debate, but it seems like they always have a debate every week or so.
Oh, it's the final one before Super Tuesday.
Oh, Super Tuesday. Okay. So let me give you some. Apparently, we got Rubio and Cruz who finally decided, hey, you know what? Instead of attacking each other, we should attack Donald Trump because he's been leading the past 3 primaries.
Oops.
Oh, too late. But here, let me give you. This is what I think is hilarious. Where I think it's mainly Crump and Cruz, and then a little bit of Marco Rubio, where they just quibble and like little girls in a sandbox, and little boys too,
Okay.
girls and boys.
Yeah.
You'll have a chance. Maria will
Hold
pick
on,
up
he
the
called me a
question.
liar. You're saying I can't respond to being called a liar?
Go ahead and respond.
And every time anyone points at Donald's actual record, what he said on national television, Donald yells liar. Let me tell you something. Falsely accusing someone of lying is itself a lie, and it's something Donald does daily.
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
I watched the lobbyists. I watched what this man did to Dr. Ben Carson, who I respect, in Iowa, where he said that Ben Carson is out of the race. He has left Iowa, and he's out of the race. And I thought it was disgraceful. And got a lot of votes because of that. A lot of votes took him away from Ben Carson.
But
I watched that. It took him away from me, too. But I watched it. I also watched where he did a form that looked like it came right out of a government agency. And it said on top, voter violation. And then it graded you, and it scared the hell out of people. And it said the only way you clear up the violation, essentially, is to go and vote for Ted Cruz. I watched that fraudulent document, and I said it's the worst thing I've ever seen in politics. To me, that was even worse than what he did to Ben.
Senator Cruz.
I know
Donald,
politicians, believe it or not, better than you do, and it's not good.
Oh, I believe it. No, I believe you know politicians much better than I do, because for 40 years you've been funding liberal Democratic politicians. And by the way,
I funded
I funded him. You're welcome to have the check back.
I funded this guy.
Because let's be clear.
Him a check.
Yeah, you gave me $5,000.
You never funded me.
And by the way, let's be clear. Donald claims to care
why? I didn't
about
want to, but he sent me his book with his autograph.
Donald, I understand rules
Mr.
are very
Trump,
hard
you're
for you.
doing
They're
a great
very
job.
confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
yeah, on your reality
Trump,
TV show, not in
Thank you for the book.
Donald,
thank you for the book. Go ahead.
Donald, you can get back on your meds
now. There's a lot of fun
now.
up here tonight, I have to tell you. Thank you for the book.
Donald, relax.
Go ahead. I'm relaxed. You're the basket case. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nervous. Go ahead.
My name is
there's nothing about you that makes anyone nervous.
You're losing
people
so
are
badly.
actually watching this.
You don't know what's happening.
Gentlemen.
Wolf, I'm going to ask that my time not be deducted when he's yelling at
Gentlemen.
Control.
Okay, now.
The latest debate,
hold
gentlemen,
on, I'm
please.
going to get my answer. He doesn't get to yell in the whole time.
I want to move on. These are the rules.
Excuse me, he called me a liar and then interrupted the whole time.
He called me a liar.
Wolf, do I not get a response? Do I not get a response without me?
Mommy, he called me a liar.
He is a little whiny, annoying, bratty kid. Don't get me response. He called me a liar. Just because you are a liar, fool. You are a liar.
They're all liars.
They're all liars.
Guys, relax. They all lie up there.
That's all it was. It was basically Trump saying that.
I heard Rubio kind of screeching around, and lurking in the background.
He tried to interject there a little. A small. Oh, I guess
sounded quite noodly.
Yeah, So I don't know. I don't know if it's true, right? Cruz could be a liar, but he said that Trump gave him a check, money to support his campaign. That's a little weird.
Maybe years ago.
Oh, years ago. Okay.
Yeah, not this time around.
And then Rubio was like, I didn't get a check from Trump.
I didn't get a check. I want a check. I want a piece of that.
I want some money. So I thought that was hilarious, just the way they're bickering.
Yeah, that's the problem with American politics is you got to go through this ridiculous debate process, and it doesn't really solve anything, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it should be up to the voters, but it's not. There's all these super PACs and the way these the candidates are funded.
Mm-hmm.
Trump, I guess he's self-funded, but he doesn't really need any funding just because of the way he conducts himself. He's he's a bully.
Yeah.
And it works. That works.
Yeah, Americans love this Trump.
Yeah.
Crumpety Trump. Trumpety Crump. Rubio grows a pair of testiculars.
When did that happen?
He's all grown up a little, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he just turn 18 or?
He just turned 18 and he grew a pair of cojones.
Congrats to
Roboto. I was proud of Roboto. Let me give you some. Let's see.
He's all grown up.
He's all grown up.
But I also think that if you're going to claim that you're the only one that lifted this into the campaign, that you acknowledge that, for example, you're the only person on the stage that's ever been fined for hiring people to work on your projects illegally. You hired some workers from Poland.
No, I'm the only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired anybody.
Whoa, back it up.
Now I notice Trump does this a lot. He evades the issue. He always goes on a red herring. He tries to avoid the issue at hand. So Rubio Roboto is saying that Trump hires illegal immigrants. And then what does Trump say? Well, at least I hire workers. You don't hire anyone.
Kind of plays along with it. He spins it. It's a good debate tactic.
It is.
It works.
And then the audience so they cheer and go, yeah, yeah.
He's right.
Robot doesn't hire anyone. But hey, let's forget about Trump hiring illegal immigrants to build his Trump Tower.
Yeah, so his supporters kind of buy into that. That's why they end up backing him up. Right?
That if you just take time and revisit the clips, you realize, wow, Trump just successfully dodged a bullet. But Rubio tries to press the issue. So
I've hired, and by the way, I've hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've hired
1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from another
with your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me
So
say. Let me just say. Let me finish the statement. This is important.
You haven't hired one
He
person
hired
in your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment
wrong.
for hiring.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are googling it right now. Look it up. Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
You know, it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different. That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator Cruz.
So basically, in the end, he says, that was 30 years ago. Different laws back then. I still hired illegal immigrants. Not a matter. Don't worry about it.
Well, they were illegal immigrants and at the time. So should that matter? I don't know.
So I thought that was interesting. So you see Rubio pushing and pressing. And it's not just Cruz. He's finally attacking Trump. No one's done that. No one's finally...
Well, I think they've done it here and there, not as much.
Not like this in one setting, you know? But they're finally exposing his weakness, that he's a horrible businessman. He's bankrupt several companies like Trump University. Here's Rubio attacking just that, the Trump University.
Our workers lose their jobs.
So you make them in China and
you wouldn't know
in
anything
Russia.
about it because you're lousy.
Well, I don't know anything about bankrupting four companies.
No,
You bankrupted four companies. I don't know anything about.
You know what?
Was there a baby?
That was a fake university.
First of all,
a fake university.
That's called.
There are people that borrow $36,000 to go to
Mr.
Trump
Trump.
University, and they're suing him now. $36,000
And
to
by
go
the
to a
way,
university.
and by the way-
That's a fake school.
And by the way,
And you know what they got? They got to take a
I've won
picture with
most
a
of the
cardboard
lawsuit.
cutout of Donald Trump.
And by the way,
that's what they
I've
got for
won
the
most of the
$36,000.
I want to move
And
on.
they actually did a very good job. But
Mr.
I've
Trump.
won most of the lawsuit.
Oh, man.
So people thought they were going to a legitimate online university or something?
Yeah, and you have to pay top dollar to learn how to become a successful businessman or woman. And Rubio is accusing Trump of being a con. It was a Ponzi, a scheme of some kind. And I think 2 to 3 days after Rubio's attack regarding Trump's university going underwater, students started suing Trump.
Oh,
yeah.
So the university went bankrupt?
Yeah. Rubio's calling out Trump's failure with his Trump University. And that's a good thing, because then at least the audience knows or sees weaknesses in Trump. And it'll cause them to think twice about whether or not they should consider Trump a good candidate.
Well, I mean, no, I get that. You want to expose as much as you can all the corrupt businesses he's been involved in, and all the corrupt activity he condones or supported back in the past. But at the same time, the supporters are who they are. It's not like they're going to change
Okay, right. You don't think it's gonna push them
Well,
the other
how
way?
are you gonna? I mean, they're all the Trump supporters are established. How can you change their mind? I mean, they're it's not like they're on the fence about any of the other candidates, are they?
Oh, there's a few, maybe.
Maybe a few, but not. Maybe
Not a substantial amount where they'll all flock
it's
over.
maybe plus or minus
Mhm.
5%,
80,
or something.
yeah.
So it could swing the other way, plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these people on the fence, they could end up boosting it.
Yeah.
Their support eventually. So I don't think. I mean, all I'm saying is everybody knows about Trump. You already know what you're getting. Some of these, just because he's always been, he's a celebrity. He's always been in the public eye, in the public interest. So people already feel like they know what they're getting.
Yeah, but when you see the way he reacts, like in particular, the next clip where Rubio presses Trump to tell the audience in America what his healthcare plan is. I mean, you have to see the clip, and even the moderator kind of picks up on Rubio's attack, and she's thinking, well, that's a good question. What is your goddamn health plan? You didn't really answer the question, and then he's basically, I don't know. Oh, he doesn't say it, but he implies that. So when you show that side of Trump, that makes it should make a voter or supporter of Trump.
Maybe let me put it this way: the Trump supporters, they don't care about what policies he actually has, what he might actually,
even if it's going to affect them drastically, like the average.
No, that's why this whole process is all screwed up, because Trump has made it into a celebrity game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's most popular, who's able to quabble better than the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what this is about. We're talking about the person who's going to run this country. We're talking about the person who's going to be the most powerful leader in the world.
I agree. I agree, and I'm sure I had a clip of Chomsky mentioning that the issues are structural, foundational. Trump is no different than any of the other candidates. They all support more or less the same ideologies.
Okay.
But for me, I think there is still that superficial element that could influence how negotiations are made.
And you say there's still, but it's kind of taken over this whole superficial element.
I know, but that, I mean, I'm not saying it shouldn't be the main reason why people should vote, but I think that plays an element. I mean, imagine Trump.
It's playing a huge element right now. It's the most important element.
Yeah.
This popularity game. That's what this is. Who's the most popular guy out there? It's not about who has the best policy to run this country. It's right now it's about who's more popular.
Okay.
Is that that could be different than who has the best policies, could be different than who the most popular guy out there is, or who reacts the best.
Policies are important, but being presidential is also important. You don't want to be an asshole.
What is that? What is being presidential?
Not saying the P word or saying stupid things like all Islamic people should be banned from the country, or telling the Mexican government to build or pay for a wall.
But the American public is fed up with these folks who say they have sound politics, sound policies to best run this country, to best run the most powerful country in the world. Yet, what happens? Nothing happens, because Congress and Obama are locked in this lame duck. His whole tenure when he's been president, he's been locked in this lame duck session because Congress won't budge on any of their opinions. I mean, you heard what they said after Scalia passed away.
Oh, supposedly. Maybe he was murdered by Cruz.
And who knows? Maybe he was. But every Republican said, oh, we will not go with any of Obama's choices. I don't care what it is. We're just not. We're not even look at it. Mommy. So
Right.
it's ridiculous
Yeah.
what Congress is doing right now. The American public, nothing. They realize nothing has happened, so they need change. So the best way of doing that is to nominate this crazy
Orange, fiery
mophead,
yeah.
because they know he's not one of those established guys like Jeb or Cruz or Rubio, Roboto. They need to feel like something can change, and Trump is the only guy that they feel like
they have
will go to
right.
that extreme.
I know, but Trump's just a walking time bomb. I mean, he could in principle he could create another spark that would lead to World War III because Trump's called America Mexican. He insults some ambassador from another country, and then some sucker gets offended, a chip on the shoulder douchebag.
Right.
Trump called me this. Well, how dare he? Let's cut trades with the United States of America.
Yeah, I don't know. My boss has a theory that Obama pissed off Trump, like made it. I can't remember exactly what dinner this was. There was a little dinner that Trump and Obama were at.
Tea and crumpets.
Obama made the tea and crumpet dinner, and Obama gave a little jib jab joke about
his
Trump.
hair,
and then Trump gets Trump can't stand getting offended by somebody else. So God forbid somebody makes fun of him, and so the reason he's doing this, running for president, is to get back at Obama.
Wow, see, there you go, and that's exactly what could happen if Trump is president. He says something to the wrong person at the wrong time. And
there you go.
We all die. Well,
somebody nukes somebody.
Yeah. Let me play the Rubio attacking Trump on the healthcare.
All right.
Then get rid of Obamacare. We'll come up with new plans, but we should keep pre-existing conditions.
Here's what you didn't hear in that answer, and this is important, guys. This is an important thing. What is your plan? I understand the lines around the state, whatever that means. This is not a game where you draw maps
and you
around.
Don't know what it
What
means.
is your plan?
That's the problem.
What is your plan on health care? You don't have a plan.
The biggest problem he
I'll
doesn't
give
know.
him 1 minute of
The
my
biggest
time to tell me
problem
his
he's
plan.
got is he
What's his
doesn't
plan?
know. You know, I watched him melt down 2 weeks ago with Chris Christie.
Again, notice Trump avoiding the issue. Roboto asked Trump, "What's your plan?" Trump says,
"Yeah," and he doesn't have.
He doesn't have a plan, right? And
it's quite evident that Trump doesn't have any plans.
Yeah.
But does it matter?
It doesn't.
Does it matter that he has a plan or not?
It might have.
I mean, it might.
To, a person who's suffering from an illness.
Yeah, it might. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's continue. So,
but those people that are supporting him, I guess they are not suffering from illnesses. I don't know.
That's the conundrum. Is that the American, obviously a great majority of Americans are supporting Trump, and they're probably suffering.
There's a system, there is a system in place of established politics of conservatives and liberalists, and it's already established, and people feel like there's this huge foundation that just needs to be just crumbled apart for there to be any type of change. And I don't know, does it take that much to come up with the outline of a policy to favor if I'm a presidential candidate, I just finished a debate and I realized, I don't have a healthcare plan. Let me just come up with a white paper, write up a few paragraphs, and I got a plan.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Trump doesn't have a plan. It's his cronies and the elitists. They have their plan.
Somebody in the back, he'll pay somebody millions of dollars to come up with a plan.
He doesn't know what it is yet.
In a couple days.
Yeah.
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
It doesn't, but it just makes Trump look like a fool.
Roboto, so what? He can regurgitate a few lines from a memorized paragraph, and then. Then he's better than Trump all of a sudden?
Yeah. All right. Good point. Let's continue.
I got to tell you, the biggest problem he's got is he really doesn't know about the lines. The biggest thing we've got, and the reason we have no competition, is because we have lines around the state, and you have essentially
we already mentioned that as part of my plan. I know what that is. But what else is part of your plan? So your only thing is to get rid of the lines around the states. What else is part of your health care plan?
The lines around the states.
That's your only
plan. And it was
plan.
almost done. No. You know what that does?
I'll
That
give him
brings
time
in.
of mind. He can tell us his plan.
Excuse me. That
What's your
brings
plan?
in competition. When you get rid of the lines, it brings in competition. So instead of having one insurance company taking care of New York or Texas, you'll have many. They'll compete, and it'll be a beautiful thing.
So that's the only part of the plan? Just the lines, the interstate competition?
No, the nice part about the plan, you'll have many different plans. You'll have competition. You'll have so many different plans.
But now he's repeating himself.
No, I'm not repeating. No.
He's a roboto. I know.
I don't repeat myself.
You don't repeat yourself.
Here's the guy who repeats himself.
You repeat yourself every day.
I watched him, talking about repeating, I watched him repeat himself 5 times 4 weeks ago. And
I saw you repeat yourself 5 times 5 seconds ago.
I watched him melt down on the stage like I've never seen anybody. I thought he came out of the swimming pool.
I said, well,
let's talk about your
himself
plan.
every night. It says 5 things. Everyone's dumb. He's going to make America great
Senator
again.
Rubio.
We're going to win.
Senator
He's
Rubio,
winning in the
please.
polls. And the lines around the state. Every night. Same thing.
Senator Rubio, you will have time to respond. If you
All
would
right.
just let Mr. Trump respond to what you
he's
just
gonna give us
posed
his
to
plan
him.
now, right?
If you could talk a little bit more about your plan. I know you talked about
No,
the
we're going to
interstate.
have many different plans
Can you
because
give
there's going to
us
be
specific?
competition.
Said it again.
There's going to be competition. There is going to be competition among all of the states and the insurance companies. They're going to have many, many different plans.
Is there anything else you would like to add to that? as part of
No,
your
there's
plan?
nothing to add. What's to add? What is to add?
Thank you both.
right.
Governor Kasich.
So he wants to have all the states compete plans.
I don't even know what that means.
That doesn't make sense
What
because
is?
you have to have every state has to establish their own plan. They're not competing against each other. If you live in the state of California, you're going to have the healthcare plan that the state of California indoctrinates, right?
Yeah,
you're not going to be competing against Nevada's plan. I don't live in Nevada.
Yeah, he sounds like he's endorsing socialized healthcare, which
hey, that's Barry Sanders.
He's just take out the lines
Bernie.
from the state. Take out the lines from the states, and we got
privatizing healthcare. That's feeling the burn.
yeah. By the way, I didn't have enough time to dig deeper, but Bernie Sanders is a pervert.
He's an old grandpa pervert.
Yeah.
Lurking in the back.
Lurking in the back.
I don't know if our listeners quite understand that.
That's okay.
Lurking in the background noise.
Let's move on. So Trump doesn't have a plan, although he does want to get rid of the pre-existing conditions, and I was hoping Paul would be able to explain.
He wants to get rid of it?
Or no, he wants to keep. He wants to keep
okay,
the
okay, so that's, to me, that's reasonable. That makes sense.
For him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to all the thousands or hundreds of millions of people suffering from illness and diseases.
No, what I mean, it doesn't. So what he's saying is that won't. That people with pre-existing conditions, they'll still be able to get health care. Is that what he's in favor of? The opposite.
Well, I think he wants to lower prices for people who don't have pre-existing conditions, while everyone else who's suffering, those who really need it, they're going to have to pay a high premium.
Well, that was part of Obamacare, was to help those who already had.
Right. And he wants to eliminate that altogether.
Okay.
So he wants to
make it the worst part. That's
right.
Yeah, that's actually counterintuitive.
Right, exactly. I mean, so at some point we're going to suffer from a major illness or disease. We want the insurance companies to be on our side.
Yeah, but these people with these pre-existing conditions, they're really the evil ones because
I don't.
They're the smokers.
They're the bottom feeders.
They're the bottom feeders, and those are the folks who are impoverished and they eat bad and they eat red meat.
They eat McDonald's foods and flesh from cows' bowels.
Do you want to be paying for those people? And you have a real healthy diet yourself right now.
You gotta. That's a whole new segment.
Whole other can of worms.
Yeah, on health. Maybe Plato can enlighten us.
But those are the impoverished communities, the ones who can't afford to buy healthy Whole Foods ingredients. All they're left with is McDonald's, Mickey D's. That's all they got.
Yeah, it's depressing. Here's
of course they're gonna have pre-existing conditions.
Yep. And apparently Trump's representing those people? Oh, I don't think so.
I'm not sure what Trump represents.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
Whoa, who's that crazy lady?
I don't know. She's going to have a panic attack.
Such a cute soundbite.
But no, it's not a soundbite. It's a fact.
Yeah,
Again, go online and Google it. Donald Trump, Polish workers. You'll see it. The second thing about the trade war, I don't understand because your ties and the clothes you make is made in Mexico and in China. So you're going to be starting a trade war against your own ties and your own suits. All right.
You know what?
Why don't you make them in America?
Their currencies.
No.
They devalue their currencies.
Well, then make them in
that
America.
Makes it well, you don't know anything about business. You lose
Well,
on
make them in
everything you do.
America.
Let me just.
How are you going to make them pay for the wall?
I will, and the wall just got 10 feet taller. Believe me. It's got 10 feet taller.
If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
See? Rubio's growing a pair of balls. He's saying Trump's hiring illegal immigrants to build his own Trump Tower.
Yeah, but it's a little too little, too late. I know,
but
I mean, all of a sudden, and that's exactly what Trump does. That's Trump's own tactic. So he's stooping to Trump's level. So that's a selling out. So that's Roboto selling out. So that doesn't make himself look any better.
If you were to choose between Trump, Cruz, and Rubio, who would you elect?
I think if you make that gun noise, I'd probably have to commit suicide. I wouldn't be able to pick.
Don't forget there was couscous, but there's nothing great that came out of that debate. And then you got Carson. Here's the only
couscous
or Kasich.
Oh, Kasich.
Yeah, and then you got Carson. This is really pathetic.
I get a response to that.
You will have a response, but I promised Governor Kasich he could respond.
Can somebody attack me, please?
Okay, here, Wolf.
Please clap. Please clap.
Yeah, it's depressing. Can somebody attack me?
Please clap.
Can someone please attack me?
Please.
I want someone to pay attention to me and how bad I suck.
And I'm falling asleep now.
Yeah. I didn't have it all set up. That's my transitional music. Here we go.
All right, I think we're getting close.
Getting close to that time. All right, so do you want to talk about the Apple thing? The whole
let's
FBI?
talk Apple. Apples to apples.
Apples to apples. I have
you got a clip?
I got a clip.
All right.
Apple is taking a stand against the FBI. After the San Bernardino shooting on December 2nd, 2015, federal agencies have not been able to unlock gunman Saeed Rizwan Farouk's iPhone 5C, and they are now demanding that Apple step in. The FBI has been unable to crack Farouk's iPhone passcode. After 10 attempts, the phone is locked, and you cannot gain access without resetting through Apple's web service. The FBI is asking that Apple create a unique OS just for use on Farouk's phone that would allow them to input an infinite number of attempts at the passcode, using brute force to overcome the password. Apple declined, and on February 16, 2016, published a letter to their website outlining their concerns and the slippery slope that building a backdoor into their operating system would open. In their words, in the wrong hands, this software, which does not exist today, would have the potential to unlock any iPhone in someone's physical possession. These concerns extend not only to individual phone theft, but also hostile governments around the world exploiting this backdoor. The FBI is invoking the All Writs Act of 1789 to compel Apple. The All Writs Act authorizes the U.S. federal courts to issue all writs necessary or appropriate in aid of their respective jurisdictions and agreeable to the usages and principles of the law. Basically, this act allows federal courts to issue writs in the aid of their jurisdiction. Apple has previously complied with federal agencies, sharing data that is in their possession, and has provided engineers to work with the FBI in previous cases. Some have speculated the federal government has been looking for a way to compel Apple to create a backdoor for years, and was just waiting for the right case to prosecute this in the public square. With anxiety over homegrown lone wolf terrorism, the San Bernardino case might be the perfect storm to change public sentiment. Now the question is, can Apple continue to push back?
Alrighty. That's a summary.
Very serious again.
Yeah. That's my serious sound effect. So, all right. So the debate is the government wants Apple to create a piece of software so they can crack a security code that was developed by Apple engineers.
So you think they should do it?
To bypass this.
You think Apple should comply with federal agents?
Before I answer that question, are there no intelligent, highly sophisticated computer cryptographers to crack the damn code
within the FBI?
Yeah.
Well, they tried 10 times. So they tried 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, and they failed.
Okay, but so it's too late. If they fail,
now it's locked for good.
It's locked. Okay, so they already tried and it's locked.
So the FBI's best agents, they couldn't come up with good combinations of 4 numbers.
Wow.
To get in.
So what was that whole thing about if you don't successfully unlock the phone, then all the data gets damaged or erased?
I don't think it gets erased or damaged. I think you can't get into the phone.
Okay, so it's just permanently locked at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so the issue is, should Apple comply and create this software to bypass the locking mechanism?
Yeah. Should Apple do that? Because and their beef is that once they do create it, if this piece of software backdoor ability to get into the phone, if that piece of software gets into the wrong hands, they'll be able to know what everybody's phone, Apple phone, has in it.
I thought they
whatever Apple phone they steal, they can get into that phone.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose. I don't know.
So people are, and I'm assuming a lot of people who love Apple, which they do, are against this for reasons of privacy issues.
Right. Yeah.
Because everyone's hiding porn in their phone or vital information about their lives.
Vital information
that they really want to keep private
into that.
But
phone.
but okay, so here's the irony that
it's just a matter of privacy. It's just principle.
Okay,
right?
But so people whatever, because billions of people are on Facebook. They don't mind other strangers snooping and stalking their profiles and their information.
Yeah, but it's your constitutional First Amendment right.
No one has rights to begin with. Who has a right? What is a right?
It's been given to me just by being born on this soil.
Nah, when you're born, you have no rights whatsoever. A right is a man-made concept.
It is a free country.
No, it's not.
That's
we weren't
why
born
I
free.
was born on this soil.
We were not born free.
Born in the USA.
I mean, if you want to talk about like living out in the woods with Bambi and Tyrannosaurus Rex, that kind of freedom, natural freedom, okay, maybe. But rights, that's a man-made concept. It's developed by institutions.
Well, think about those gun toters.
Yeehaw! I got my
Think
gun.
about those gun toters. You think they're going to give up that God-given right of
God doesn't give us rights.
Those arms?
Okay, that's the other thing. There's no God that gives us rights.
Bear those arms. Bear those arms.
Look,
you're not going to take that away from me. That's why I was born on this soil.
I don't know. So first of all, I don't understand why Tim Cook can't just, develop, or there's got to be a way where they can just focus on that one phone and open it up for them.
So would you mind your phone being tampered with?
Not if without a good cause. Okay. Now here's the thing.
Mr. Aristotle, would you appreciate?
I wouldn't. I mean, but if it was, it depends.
No. All of a sudden, as soon as we release this software, as soon as we start working on this back door, getting the back door of this phone, you have lost your rights, sir, Aristotle. You've lost your God-given rights. As soon as we let this happen, you've lost your God-given rights.
Well, if I'm accused of a crime, a horrendous crime, then I don't care. Go ahead, look into my phone.
No, but all of the phones will be released.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
The ability to get into
anyone's phone.
Because we can get into that one phone, we've released the technology to get into all of them.
That's a slippery slope fallacy. How likely is that chain reaction of events to occur? That they build this.
There are evil people lurking in the background.
Okay,
evil people waiting on you.
I think people are turning this into a non-issue. This is a complete distortion of the situation. Let's assume there's no. First of all, let's assume there's no conspiracy theory, because I think personally that the government does want to use this as an excuse to open up not just that one phone, but other terrorist phones and other organizations.
In fact, they hired those San Bernardino shooters. That's the only reason they became terrorists, was to get into these phones.
Bingo! Exactly. This was just a created event. They hired these people, these actors, to create a terrorist situation, to get Cook to create.
Actually, that's what they're going to find when they finally get into that Apple phone. They're going to find out this little conspiracy trail that goes right back to the FBI.
Oh my God! They don't. But it's like a snake eating itself.
Yeah.
But that's the funny part, is that they don't even need that damn phone. They don't need that the phone is just a ploy.
Well, if you can get into the public's phone. If you can get into there, you will control their minds with Jedi mind tricks. You will gain that ability.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think
So you are in favor of Tim Cook being embarrassed and letting having the FBI win.
Well, again, let's assume there's no conspiracy. Okay, let's set that assumption. Make that assumption clear. No conspiracy going on. The government actually needs Tim Cook to help them open up that or unlock that phone.
In case there might be other terrorists out there, right?
Right, okay. Now, I don't see why it has to be this black and white situation. It's a false dichotomy. I'm sure there's some middle ground where they can agree upon where Tim Cook and the engineers get together. They have the phone, maybe under the supervision of one FBI agent, where they develop a program just for that specific phone. And, once they open up that phone, they could just discard the application or the software program, just completely annihilate it altogether. Why does it have to?
But you see the way Apple kind of spun it, right? So their motivation is to keep these phones as protected as possible for their consumers, for their patrons.
Yeah, this is all about shareholders' interests,
right?
And money and capital.
He has profit in mind, so obviously he's going to fight this,
right?
So he's going to create this. Apple is going to create this panic amongst the public to show that the FBI is trying out there to get you.
Good. No, that's a good point, and because a lot of Apple consumers are thinking, oh, Tim Cook's defending our natural rights as human beings, and this is about privacy. No, Tim Cook only gives a shit about the bottom line.
Yep.
Net profit, shareholders' interest, company stock price. That's all he cares about.
And
you ignorant social
the money
slave.
That goes back into his own damn pocket.
Yeah, he doesn't care about. This isn't about privacy, humanity.
Right.
No. My argument is we don't have rights. Period. You're not free.
So who knows? There might be other terrorists out there.
You think you're free.
Thanks for this stuff.
We're gonna play another game of ASP stuff battles.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's go.
ASP stuff. Battle.
Is that new?
Yeah, I created another crinkle.
Jeez.
All right. What?
Crinkle in the fabric of space-time.
Yes. Crinkle in the space-time
in the fabric of space-time.
My farts can rip open the space-time continuum.
Fish farts can do that too.
Okay, so the first opponent, we have Hunter Pence on the left-hand side. In particular, his scraggly beard. On the other side, we have Mad Bum. In particular,
his actual bum?
Mad Bum's bum. No, Mad Bum's snot rockets.
Ooh.
So it's between Pence's beard and Bum's snot rockets. Okay, so let me give you a little information about Pence's scraggly beard.
Okay.
Now, if you throw anything at Pence, okay, anything like an eraser, a paper clip, a boulder, a cup, water, his unsanitized hair follicles will turn into dangerously active tentacles like those of a 1,000-year-old sea creature. With perceptive skill, Pence's hair strands will be fully capable of wrestling with a big object, even a snot shot right out of Bum's huge nostril. Okay? So you have an idea of Pence's beard.
Powerful.
Yeah. And on the other side of the spectrum, we got Bum's snot rocket. It's more powerful than NASA's spaceship thrusters. Once forcefully ejected out of Bum's cavernous nostril, a tiny speck of snot instantaneously evolves into a colossal, sticky, wet mass of nose mucus that can quickly entrap Pence's fine, thread-like strands of chin wool. All right, so you got some pros and cons.
But it seems like they kind of are vulnerable to each other. I don't know.
They're symbiotic. Maybe they play mutual symbiotic biological relationship.
Sounds like okay.
So the snot can nest in Pence's scraggly beard. So who
doesn't it immediately, when the scraggle gets touched by anything, doesn't it immediately morph into a weapon of mass destruction?
It could. Why not?
I think I would go with the snot rockets. I think just because they have powerful thrust. I think with the force of the ballistic force as it strikes into the grid of the scraggle, it'll
penetrate
immediately.
Okay.
Penetrate into the mesh, the steel mesh.
So you think it'll penetrate beyond the nest?
Beyond the initial mesh.
Okay. The surface.
And then once it goes into the surface of the mesh, there'll be a kind of a nuclear explosion of mucousy membranes everywhere.
Okay, so you think the snot mucus will penetrate deep past the hair and burrow into Mad Bum's chin and infect him with nose mucus.
Well, Pence's chin.
What?
Right?
Or Pence's chin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. What do you think?
Well, I think I'm going to go for Pence. Pence's beard.
You don't think that snot rocket will be able to penetrate the thick mesh?
No, you swing a bat at Pence's beard, and it's gonna feel like you're hitting a pillow. Okay, imagine
it's soft.
It's soft, yeah.
But there's no opening.
There's no opening. There's no weakness to his mesh. I think the strands are highly biological. They're full. They're alive.
Yeah.
They can turn that piece of snot mucus into a hair strand. It can penetrate.
So it could follicle.
It could penetrate into the snot and
envelop it.
Turn it into a follicle.
So how do we determine the last vote there?
So
Paul's gonna
break the tie.
Plato's
gonna break the tie. It's between snot mucus and chin wool.
Okay, so you have to do a poll. Post the poll.
I'll create the post so everyone, listeners, Indonesia, Brazil, vote. Determine whether you think Hunter Pence and his scraggly beard will win over Mad Bum's forceful snot rockets.
Please clap.
So Paul, there we go. So Paul will break the tie, I guess. Right?
Yeah. Paul, Myra, and maybe even Nancy will break the tie.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. The more the merrier. The more votes, the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So I think we've accomplished more or less a show within 60 minutes. Probably not.
A little behind, but it's all right.
Okay.
And there's still more stuff like fish farts.
You want to go for fish?
And talking about the cold brew.
The cold brew.
That's a beer, right? Is that a beer?
Is it really a beer?
I don't know. There was he had a big cup and there's something in there, but I don't know what was in there.
Interesting.
Isn't that what a cold brew is?
I thought it was iced coffee. Can't you refer to coffee as brew or no? As brew?
Can't you? Beer is a brew. I thought beer is a brew.
Cold brew, but he was drinking it early in the morning.
Maybe people like to get wasted that early. Don't you think that mesh wants to just relax, chill?
I think it could refer to the. First of all, I think it's a. It could I think it's a kind of beer, or coffee.
Maybe it's a beer, coffee,
tea or coffee. I think it could be either beer, tea, or coffee, or maybe a mixture of both.
You gotta ask them.
Yeah, I'm like, do you add alcohol? Is your cold brew an adult beverage, or is it a tea?
Just iced coffee.
Iced coffee
with a lot of caffeine, with a lot of shots of espresso.
Mm-hmm. That's what gets him wired up. That's what gets his wiry beard scraggly.
His mesh all wired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to have a competition with those noodles.
The noodles.
Yeah, maybe those are powerful noodles, slippery noodles.
Oh, noodles versus scraggly.
Well, whoever wins between the rockets and the Scraggle will compete against wet noodles.
Okay, so here's actually maybe we're not doing the ASP stuff battles correctly. So the previous winner has to compete with the new one, right? Is that how it works?
Well, Paul probably or Plato knows.
Okay, we have to ask Plato because I think who won? Was it Snuggle Bear? Or
we didn't really determine a winner either.
Or Pillsbury Doughboy. So it has to be between them?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yep.
In the meantime, any last thoughts, words of wisdom, advice?
Just be aware that the next time you go swimming in the ocean, you might be swimming amongst farts.
And I read somewhere that you should be concerned about fart particles. Not just from fish, but from human buttocks.
Actually, fart particles are technically dung particles.
Dung particles.
Dung.
But yeah, when you step inside the pool, your foot is accumulating vast amounts of fecal matter.
Vast amounts, huh?
Yeah.
It's been measured.
It's pretty gross.
Maybe DeGrasse can help us measure the amount of fecal.
He's got a lot of dark matter coming out of his buttocks in the pool.
He knows all about dark matter.
Microscopic butt germs. It's pretty nasty.
So they can penetrate your skin.
Yeah, penetrate deep beyond the skin barriers and into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream.
When they're that small, they're actually called not particles, particulates.
Farticulates, crapticulates. You got crapticulates inside the pool water.
Particulates.
Yeah. That's nasty. I'm never going swimming ever again. Whether it's in the pool by fecal particulates or an ocean with fish farts, fish flatulence. So we are all through.
You're all through those particulates.
All through those particulates. Alrighty then. This is ASP Stuff Radio signing off with all fish particulates in my ears. We are all stuffed up with fish farts.
Yeah.
Get up!
Yeah.
Get up!
Yeah.
Will be carrying babies in their testicles.
Yeah.
And giving birth to them through their anus.
Yeah.
Get up!
When you start carrying a baby in your bag.
Yeah.
Get up!
And birthing that baby through your ass.
Yeah.
Get up!
This is the Lord's sign.
Yeah.
Get up!
This is the Lord's sign.
Yeah.
Donald claims to care about Ian. Donald, I understand rules are very hard for you. They're very confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
yeah, on your reality TV show, not in
Thank you for the book. Donald,
thank you for the book.
Go ahead. Donald, you can get back on your
a lot of fun up here tonight, I have to tell you. Thank you for the book.
Donald,
relax. Go ahead, relax. You're the basket case. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. My name is
nothing about you that makes anyone nervous.
You're losing so badly.
Watching this.
Gentlemen.
Well, if I'm going to ask you gotta stop. Okay,
the latest debate.
Hold on, I'm going to get my answer. He doesn't get to yell the whole time.
These are the rules.
That baby through your ass.
Yeah.
This just in, I received a message from Paul, and I have his response to ASP stuff battles between Hunter Pence's beard and Bum's Snot Rocket. And here's what Paul has to say. Bum's Snot Rocket. It would splatter all over Pence's beard, rendering it powerless. The sheer force of the blast itself would paralyze it, followed by the stickiness binding at each scraggly hair. It'd be no competition at all.
Testicle grip.
Gripping my testes. Grip them hard.
Beach those testicles.
Beach testes.
Beached testes. 1, 2, 3.
Beached whales on my testes. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Whale on my testes.